Do not watch this if you're not into nature. Seriously. Hey, I'm Nika and this is Flo. We've been sailing through the Canary Islands for a couple of months now, and after a wonderful passage from La Gomera, we've just arrived at the westernmost island, El Hierro. Santana is safely docked in the marina of La Estaca, and we're excited to take you around this charming little island that might just be our new favorite in the Canaries. Our first stop, the magical cloud forest. For those of you who have been following for a while, and especially the episodes with Flo in them, you might know by now that Flo is a big fan of sunshine, not a fan of the cold, nor a fan of rain or cloudy, grayish weather. Guess what we're doing today? We're in the cloud forest. And it's cold, 11 degrees, it's raining, and it's grey. I believe it's stunningly beautiful. It's like this fairy tale place, like with all the mosses and the ferns, and there's so much like magic in the air, and all these trolls and fairies and gnomes and whoever might live here. I wanted to walk in the cloud forest already on La Gomera. Somehow Flo managed to get out of that hike because there is like strong mid-30s winds on the boat, and we weren't sure how things were going. But this time when we started driving, I didn't tell him where we were going to go for the hike. So he's trapped in this one. I think Flo went back to the parking lot. There was another couple that just arrived in the car, a German couple, and she opened the door and she was like, this is so annoying. Oh, what bullshit. She was like complaining to her husband, who was just quietly putting his rain gear on, and she was like, this is so annoying, what bullshit. So maybe he went back to have a coffee with her or something. Oh, there he is. There he is, Mr. Grumps. I thought you had taken off to have a coffee with the grumpy lady, with the other grumpy lady.
Just because I'm not a hobbit and used to that weather.
Okay, maybe I should have brought a rain jacket as well. Maybe this wasn't so clever at all. Flo, can I have your rain jacket? Can I have your rain jacket? I was born in a city in northern Germany that's called Lüneburg, and just south of Lüneburg there is a relatively famous area that's called Lüneburger Heath, which is a very arid area where there's fields of heath and juniper trees, and they have these special sheep with these swirly horns. Anyways, my dad, who's always informed about where I am and what there is to see, and he's been sailing to El Hierro decades ago, and he told me that they have massive heath trees here. The island is famous for big heath trees because where I'm from, it's a small little plant that grows on the bottom, and here it's full-grown trees. So we just came across a little sign about those heath trees. I just wanted to let you know. So grumpy pants. How are you liking it? What did the German woman say? Ätzend. Oh, es ist ätzend. Edzard is like acid. Like acid. Something is like acid. That's how bad it is. And she said it like 5 times. She got out of the car. She's like, oh, this is Edzard. Do you think she was joking?
No, absolutely not.
No? I thought she must be joking. She must be kidding.
No. I came back and I picked up my rain jacket, and she said, "Yeah, that's just the most. Isn't it shitty here? That's like completely fucked up."
Oh man, that poor husband. Well, yeah, I very much feel for the husband because
You are the husband.
I'm the husband, exactly. Now this is a giant pine tree. Check it out. I wonder who put this on my shoulder. Some very funny person is also throwing pine cones at me. This is like a big playground. Seriously, it's a big nature playground. The reason why there's clouds is because we're at 1,300 meters of altitude. Right in the clouds. And there's rain again. Remind me who didn't bring the rain jacket?
Summer holiday.
Now it got really windy, wet and cold. Like, seriously. On a scale from 1 to 10?
It's not on the scale.
I'm not sure what he's talking about. It's delightful. This is the lookout spot. Another breathtaking lookout spot. If you like white and fog. The trade winds, they have 2 different layers of heat. The lower one is moist and cool, and the upper one is hot and drier. So when they come from the northeast and they hit the northern side of the mountains here, the lower air is forced to rise and it gets colder and more moist, and eventually it starts condensating. That's why here you have this, what you call the sea of clouds. So what's interesting in this area is that this vegetation is specialized in something that's called horizontal rain that happens between 600 and 1,500 meters of elevation. And one of the plants here that has mastered this specifically is the heath. And it's kind of funny because just early we were running through the clouds and Flo was pointing out that my entire face was covered in like tiny little moisture drops. And what I've told you earlier is that I'm from a place that's called Lüneburg, which is the Lüneburger Heath. Maybe I'm specialized in horizontal rain as well. And what they're doing here actually is because the whole island is quite arid, they're using the heath trees to capture the moist, and beneath it they've put concrete, and the water that drips down from the heath tree, they collect it in a well. Pretty nifty. So fascinating about the Canary Islands is how many different climate zones you can find on a single island. Altitude plays a big role, of course, but so do the prevailing northeast trade winds. They bring moisture to the windward side, creating lush vegetation in the north and northeast, while the south and west lie in the rain shadow and are much drier and sunnier. So today we're taking you from the cloud forest at roughly 1,500 meters all the way back down to sea level, to the famous red beach on the northwestern side of El Hierro.
The beach gets its deep red color from iron-rich volcanic rock that has been slowly oxidizing in the sun and salt air. Apparently, it's not just old steel boats that get a bit rusty over time. Well, I found this little gem of a restaurant up here in the middle of nowhere, really. It's called Aguadara, and it's a very typical Canary Island eatery, basically, where you have local wines and local food. And I'm very happy we went here because I love to explore different foods of the places that I travel to. And we had two very extremely nice dishes. The one was goat and the other one was rabbit. And they were both kind of like long cooked stew types of food. And the goat was with canela, cinnamon, and the rabbit was more like acidy-ish. And I don't know what it was, piment maybe. They were both very distinct. I loved them both, and I'm very glad that we went here. I definitely give it a thumbs up. And there's some special, I don't know if it's a museum. I'm not even sure what to call it. Check this out. And the dogs are even getting a little treat too. We're absolutely in love with this small island. It's beautiful flowers and the rugged shorelines and massive pine trees and those breathtaking views. And we've already ticked off a couple of things that we wanted to see and do on the island before we head to Europe for a couple of months to work on my canal boats. But there's still one or two things that we wanted to see. But more about that next time.